If you've always felt like the outsider in your own family, it's not because you're broken. It's because you were assigned to break a curse. Let me say this loud and clear. You were born to end what others passed down in silence. And no one warned you how heavy that would feel. No one told you being the first chosen one in your bloodline would feel like dragging your entire ancestry on your back, blindfolded, while being blamed for the weight. This video is for the ones who had no blueprint, no guide, no spiritual elder to show you the way, because you are the first flame, the first healer, the first truth teller, the first curse breaker. And you've had to become all that, while healing from wounds you didn't even create. Being the first chosen one isn't beautiful. It's brutal. It's crying in the middle of the night and not knowing why. It's waking up with a heaviness that isn't even yours, but somehow it's yours to clean. It's watching everyone else in your family repeat the same patterns, while you burn inside from seeing it so clearly. You were never like them, and you didn't choose that. It chose you. But here's the raw truth. Healing runs through your veins now. And that means pain does too. You feel everything they numbed out. You carry the emotions they swallowed. You hold the tears they never shed. You speak the words they never said. It's feeling like you re-drowning in someone else's ocean while everyone tells you to just swim better. It's being hyper-aware of every toxic word, every passive-aggressive comment, every unspoken resentment floating in the air like poison you can taste but can't name. You didn't ask for this sensitivity, but your soul came equipped with it because someone had to feel what was really happening. Someone had to stop pretending everything was fine when the house was on fire. The painful reality of being the first. Let's stop sugarcoating what it really means to be the first. Chosen one, you are the emotional dump site for people who never learned to process their own emotions. You are the mirror, the trigger, the threat. You speak truths your family avoids, and they call you dramatic, too sensitive, or rebellious. You don't fit in because you were never meant to continue the bloodline. You were meant to transform it. You don't carry the same silence. You don't carry the same denial. And that makes you the most dangerous one in the family, not because you harm, but because you see. They fear your clarity because it shows their confusion. They fear your questions because they've been hiding from the answers. They fear your growth because it exposes their stagnation. You became the family scapegoat, not because you were the problem, but because you pointed out the problems everyone else was too scared to name. You became the difficult one because you refused to smile through the dysfunction. Your very existence is a threat to their comfort zone. Your healing journey makes them face what they've been running from their whole lives. And instead of thanking you for breaking the cycle, they blame you for rocking the boat. Signs you're the first chosen one in your bloodline. Let's break it down. These aren't just traits, these are spiritual assignments. You've always felt emotionally older than your age. You felt the weight of your household before you even knew what energy meant. You were the child asking the hard questions adults didn't want to answer. You've been scapegoated for speaking uncomfortable truths. You saw the family's darkness and dared to say it out loud. They hated you for it. You were called a liar for telling the truth, crazy for being sane. You attract intense spiritual or emotional challenges, not because you're cursed, but because your soul agreed to clear what others refused to face. Life keeps serving you the exact lessons your lineage needs to learn. You experience loneliness even around people, not because you're antisocial, but because your spirit is wired for different frequencies. You can be in a crowded room and still feel like you're speaking a foreign language. You've been forced to grow with no guide. You had to become the parent, the healer, the therapist, the priest, all while surviving your own storms. You raised yourself emotionally because no one else knew how. You see the patterns: addiction, abuse, denial, codependency, and you refuse to pass them down. Even if it costs you connection. Even if it means holidays alone, phone calls that hurt, relationships that end. You feel guilt for pulling away, but peace when you do. That's your soul protecting itself. That internal conflict between loyalty and sanity is real, but the peace tells you everything. You carry dreams and visions that no one understands. That's because your calling didn't come from them. It came through them, for something greater. You see possibilities they can't imagine because they're still trapped in old stories. You've always been drawn to healing, spirituality, or helping others. Not because you're naturally giving, but because your soul remembers its mission. You feel responsible for everyone's emotions, even when you know you shouldn't. That's the curse breaker in you trying to fix what previous generations broke. Let's go deeper. Why you? Why now? Because your bloodline has been echoing with unhealed pain for generations. And your soul said, I'll go, I'll be the one to end it. You didn't just inherit your family's features, you inherited their trauma, their unspoken rage, their survival instincts, their fear of truth, their spiritual debt. But instead of repeating it, your spirit cracked open. And suddenly, everything they ignored. You felt everything they buried. You dug up everything they denied. You faced head on. You didn't just wake up. You were called to clean up. Think about it. Your great-grandmother probably swallowed her voice. Your grandmother learned to be small. Your parents learned to survive instead of thrive. And then you came along, and your soul said no more. You're not just healing your own wounds. You're healing the wounds that created the wounds that created your wounds. You're going back generations with your bare hands, pulling out pain that was planted before you were even born. This is why you feel so much. This is why everything hits you harder. This is why you can't just get over it like they tell you to. Because you're not just processing your own pain. You're reprocessing ancestral pain that's been waiting decades for someone strong enough to feel it and heal it. And that is the real meaning of being the first chosen one. You are here to heal not just yourself, but everything that came before you. They called you the black sheep, but you were the clearest soul in the room. They tried to shrink you with guilt, shame, and control, but deep down, they knew you were different. They felt it, even if they never admitted it. Because you weren't here to follow. You were here to lead. And leading doesn't mean becoming the loudest. It means choosing healing when trauma feels easier. It means choosing solitude when dysfunction is all you've known. It means forgiving people who won't even say sorry, because you understand that freedom is more important than being right. Let me tell you something no one probably ever told you. You're not weak for breaking down. You're strong because you didn't break others in the process. You're the first, and the first always hurts the most. But you're also the most important. You're the one who stops the poison from reaching the next generation. You're the one who says, "This ends with me." You're the one who chooses love even when you were taught fear. Your sensitivity isn't a weakness, it's your superpower. Your ability to feel deeply is what allows you to heal deeply. Your refusal to accept dysfunction is what breaks the cycle. You are not cursed. You are chosen. You are not lost. You're being led. Stop expecting your family to understand your path. Your healing is their future, not their past. They may never thank you. They may never apologize. But that doesn't mean your work isn't sacred. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to break free. You were born to end what others passed down in silence. Let that land. Let that shake something in your chest. Because that's the realest thing you'll hear today. Your pain has purpose. Your struggle has meaning. Your healing has power that reaches far beyond what you can see. You are not alone, even if you are the first. Because being the first means you are the seed, the root, the reset, and maybe, just maybe, the pain you carry now will one day become someone else's peace. Your children won't inherit what you're healing from. Your children's children won't carry what you're clearing. The family line changes because you changed. If this hit your soul, drop a in the comments so I know I'm speaking to the ones doing the unseen work. Tell me below, What are you healing that no one talks about in your family? If this made you feel seen, shared, or cried, hit like, subscribe, and send this to another silent warrior. Let's create a space where chosen ones don't feel crazy for doing the deep work. You are not crazy. You are not too emotional. You are not too intense. You are just awake. And that makes you powerful beyond words.